What makes you stop and listen? Facts or stories? Think about it. You probably don't remember every statistic you've heard, but you can easily recognize a story that touched your heart or inspired you. That's the true power of storytelling. It sticks, it moves people, and it makes them take action. Before we start, be sure to click the subscribe button so you never miss more videos about growth, success, and powerful life skills. Why stories matter more than facts. In business, friendships, and everyday life, stories are what people connect with most. You can share all the facts about a product or an idea, but facts alone don't always inspire action. For instance, in sales, you can share a story about how someone's life improved because of what you're offering, or in a business presentation, you can narrate a success story of a client who benefited from your product or service. These stories not only grab attention but also make your message more memorable and persuasive. The truth is simple. Facts tell, but stories sell. Remember, show and tell. Think back to kindergarten when you had show and tell. This was an activity where you brought something from home, stood in front of the class, and told a little story about it. Everyone listened, not because of the object itself, but because of the story you shared. That same principle works in business today. When you keep your message simple and wrap it in a story, people will lean in and listen. Stories spark curiosity. They make people feel something. And once people feel connected, they're far more likely to believe in what you're saying. Keep it simple and relatable. There's a rule in communication called KISS, keep it simple, stupid. The idea is that the simpler you make your message, the easier it is for others to understand and remember. Think about a grandmother talking about her grandchild. She lights up, smiles, and shares why that child is the most special in the world. She doesn't use fancy words or complicated explanations. She tells her story, and you can feel the love in every word. That's the beauty of storytelling. It's simple, it's relatable, and it's something we all can do. That's how you want to share your product, your service, or even your personal journey. Keep it simple, tell it like a story, and make people feel it. Stories create ownership. When you tell a story well, people don't just listen, they picture themselves in the story. If you're selling a product, your story should make them feel like they already own it. If you're sharing a business opportunity, your story should inspire them to envision the lifestyle they could have by joining you. Stories make the dream real. They help people see the benefits, not just hear about them. Stories are memorable. Think about the last presentation you heard. Do you remember all the facts? Probably not, but you likely remember a story that stood out. That's because our brains are wired to hold on to stories. They paint pictures in our minds, and pictures stick longer than numbers or charts. When you share stories, you're not just giving information, you're creating memories that people can replay over and over again. This is the power of storytelling. It doesn't just inform, it leaves a lasting impression. Stories build connection and trust. People want to be part of a winning team. They love hearing success stories because it makes them believe they can succeed too. When you share a story, you're not just talking about yourself or your product, you're showing people what's possible. That builds trust, that creates hope, and most importantly, that inspires action. The next time you give a presentation and feel like people are drifting away, don't just throw out another fact. Tell a story. Watch how quickly attention comes back to you. How storytelling changed my life. When I first entered the direct sales industry, I wasn't convinced right away. What made me stop and really listen wasn't the numbers or the product features, it was a story. I heard about a young woman living a lifestyle I dreamed of. She shared how she started, the struggles she faced, and how her business transformed her life. That story lit a fire in me. It made me believe it was possible for me, too. Because of that one story, I decided to join the business. Over time, I built a large organization. Do you know how I did it? I didn't rely on fancy presentations. I didn't bury people in details. I just told stories. My story, the company's story, and other people's success stories. Stories are what opened doors. Stories are what kept people listening. Stories are what built my future. Find your story, find your power. Storytelling isn't just for sales. It's a tool you can use anywhere in life. Whether you're inspiring your kids, motivating your team, or connecting with friends, stories are the bridge that makes people listen and care. To tell stories that matter, you first need to know your why. Why are you doing what you do? Why do you care? When you find your why, your story becomes powerful and real. This is your key to unlocking the full potential of storytelling in your life. And when you combine the right mindset with the power of storytelling, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Remember, facts can explain, but stories inspire. Facts can inform, but stories connect. If you want people to listen, remember, and take action, learn to tell your story. So, what's your story? Think about it, share it, and let it open doors in your life. Find your why and fly. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos that will help you grow, stay inspired, and unlock your potential.